Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing opportunity to interact with my mentor, Ana Maria Clement, Director of HHI in West Palm Beach. Today we're going to have a really interesting topic, and any of you who have questions, you better start writing them right now, because we're only going to be on this call for 1 hour. Dr. Maria and Dr. Brian are on their way to Orlando for a 10-day event that we're having here with 30 amazing doctors and researchers. So for those of you who have not registered, for those of you who are on this call for the very first time, immediately when we get completed, send an email to Natalie at Delia Gerber. Ask for the link and register. No cost to you. 10 days, 30 doctors. Come here or watch it at home. Send it to everybody you know. This is information you have to know. Sorry, that was a plug for this event, which I'm so excited about. I'm even here in Orlando. I came live because I have to come see and hug all these people. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the power of women. Can everybody hear me? I guess you can respond, so that's okay. Our guest is Ana Maria Clement. She's the director of HHI West Palm Beach, Florida, an amazing oasis where I was there yesterday for a day of rejuvenation, and it was totally amazing. I just love it there. I may move in. And of course, I'm your host. And for those of you who've been on my community for the last 3 years since we've been doing this, you know who I am. For those of you who are new, my name is Delia Gerber, and I'm the president, and I'm reading, of course you know that, president and CEO of Body Systems Design, Wellbeing Angels Worldwide, and the creator of March 4th for Wellbeing Foundation, our children's initiative. All of these, by the way, were born at HHI 3 years ago when I was there for almost 3 months. So my intent is that our children's children are born into perfection, and I have a 50-year mission, and I'm using the mentoring and the philosophy that HHI offers so that we can really take on our lives like never before. And our theme is going to be leadership as wisdom, as innate wisdom, leadership as innate wisdom, service to others, and my favorite, our children, our future. So welcome. I'll begin by going over some logistics, and I'll introduce Ana Maria, and we will begin to tap into each other's wisdom, love, and power within, and we'll probably, like I said, go for about 40 minutes. Then we will open it to questions. So again, please begin typing your questions now. I know you already have your questions here, so just type them up so that I can ask and Dr. Maria Clement can answer them. You can raise your hand and we can call on you. All the questions which go unanswered, given that this is 60 minutes as opposed to 90, we will send them to Ana Maria and she will answer them, and then we will get them posted up on our website, okay? And then I will ask Ana Maria any final thoughts that she have, acknowledge her, and just acknowledge the gift that she is by what she does, her commitment to bringing healing to the world. And this is really a beautiful gift. So now to my beautiful audience, which return every month, every time we do an event. And I know some of you have been asking for Dr. Brian Clement. We'll get him on the schedule. He's traveling all over the world. So we will get him back to us fairly quick. And I know you're hungry for more information. You are looking to heal your own bodies. And please accept my heart appreciation of each of you for creating the time in your busy schedules to listen to our experts and the messages that they have. All of us with the intent that you discover something beautiful for your amazing bodies and well-being, for you, for those you love, and for our world. And there are more. We have an amazing lineup of fabulous beings practicing being well for over 35 years. So with interest in this vital subject, which I have been focusing on for 3 years or so, be sure that our invites go to your invite into your inbox as opposed to the spam. Okay, are you ready? Ana Maria.
Yes,
welcome.
I'm so ready. Thank you. Thank you for doing this too, and thank you for talking about the conference that we have with up in Orlando now. It's going to be amazing, and all of you that wants can listen to it for 10 days, and it will also be on the internet for you to listen to later if you want to. So therealtruthabout.health.com.
Yes, please, everybody, take that down. Please, please, please send it to your friends, your neighbors, those you love, and those that you don't like too much. So, Ana Maria, thank you so much for doing this, for participating with us. And we came up with a couple of questions after reviewing your books and some of the questions that people have been asking me, knowing that you were coming on board, given that you have, what, 3 or 4 children that have been reared through the lifestyle. And also you have how many grandchildren?
We have 4 kids and 4 grandkids.
4 and 4, number 8. What a perfect number. And they have all been on the Living Food program since they were born, right? And before they were born.
Before they were born,
so
they were not.
Perfect. So that's an
Yeah.
amazing opportunity. So I'd like to start with this. So would you be willing to share with us your thoughts about what's possible when women, because our subject is women, and there's a lot of women on this call. Share with us what's possible with women leadership and our global contribution to well-being. What is that possible?
Yeah, and you know, first of all, like it or not, we're now in all areas of leadership. You know, you find women in all areas of leadership, and women have been leading humanity from the dawn of time. And you know, and we are the mothers, we're the wives, we're the daughters, and we have the ability to spawn the next generation and continue our species. I mean, what a power we have. So, you know, for many reasons, men instinctively fear our strength and historically suppressed us. So, and you know, a lot of times religious leader minimize us, and you know, and we ourselves have been our worst enemy by going along with, you know, what they are telling us to do. So what we find is that less than 5% of the major corporations are led by women, but then all this data shows that there's an average increase in economic progress over a 10-year period, what they tested with a female head is over 300% better. Imagine.
Wow, that's really amazing. And blooming, you know, more and more women are taking on their own bodies, their own power, their own wisdom, their own partners, and really standing for something bigger than themselves. It isn't like they're saying, well, I'm better than the male or anybody else. They're just saying, no. Hey, we're here, we're leaders. We are the women. We are the ones who birth. The guys don't birth. I mean, they do participate a little bit, don't they?
Oh, very much. Very much.
But we're the ones who carry that precious life within our bodies, right?
Absolutely.
And then we give birth. We give birth. So we're here not just to give birth in the physical, to be the transporter for that new life. We're here as women to use our own power within, our own wisdom, to make a difference in the world and to contribute in a way that perhaps we haven't even thought of before, right? So as we more together realize that, then that's when really we're going to be able to see something magical. Don't you think?
Yeah, and talking about giving birth, I mean, I think we really have to speak up about getting time off with our newborn, and because, you know, 70% of us work and 40% of us are single. So imagine you either have to choose, because America doesn't give really maternity time, and you know, when you have the newborn, it's amazing. So you have to choose between working and being home. It's Sweden. I come from Sweden. We get 480 days paid per child, and mom or dad can be home. You can choose. So mom might be home for a year, and dad might be home for the rest. Imagine that.
Wow, how wonderful.
Yeah. So you know, maternity leave is very important. I think we really need to work on that. I don't know why we gave up on that when it's so important, and the whole family. It's important for both men and women, but somehow we didn't take that leadership. You know, we didn't take it.
Mm.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, and we need to. We have to.
Yeah, maybe we can do some research to see what's available out there. I mean, some of you listeners, you may know something that we don't know, and that may be something that could be a leadership project that one of our women on our team can take on and discover. You know, I'll do my own research, and perhaps we can do an email about that and find out more details. If anybody's interested, let us know, and we definitely will. Oh my goodness, we're getting questions already. All right, so anyway.
You're doing a good job. Good job.
Yes, yes, awesome. Okay, so listen, why don't you share, you know, some people know about you and some people don't. So this is an opportunity for people to hear your voice. So I'd like for you to tell us, I know at a young age, I have a picture of you and Wigmore, who was my personal mentor. How was it that you were gifted with the wisdom and the love and compassion that's within you to lead to what you're doing? I mean, you lead what, 100, 150 people every single week come through that institute, and they leave there totally transformed. How was it that you were gifted at such a young age? And tell us a little bit about you and your history.
Yeah, and I was really lucky. I was brought up in a really secure family. My mom was housewife. My dad was my mentor, and I mean, I had such an incredible relationship with my dad, and it was always transparent. It was always honest, and it was very close. And you know, I learned about the importance of values, commitment, and fulfillment. You know, he always has taken care of himself. He's now in his late 80s, soon 90, and he's as young as could be in his mind and his body, because not only did he take care of his mind and to do what he needed to do in this life, he took care of his body. He ate well, he's been exercising, he walks miles every day. So, you know, I was more or less taught to do what I love. I wasn't taught that this is what you have to do and this is where you fit in. It was to do what you love. And when you do that, how can you go wrong? Every day, I worked with this now for more than 40 years. And every day is brand new. Every day is a gift to be a part of helping people to help themselves.
That's beautiful. And how young were you when, I know you started in Sweden, or did you meet Ann Wigmore first? Tell us a little bit about that.
No, I became vegan at 15, and then at 18, right after high school, I wanted to practice with people that was in this field. And I was lucky to come to a lady that had healed herself of rheumatoid arthritis at about 50 years old. She was totally crippled, and she became vegan and healed herself. And so that was her turning point. And she came from Denmark, a little village, but she lived in Copenhagen when this happened. And she had this clinic, and I came there and I asked if I could volunteer and learn. And before you know it, I ran the whole place by the time I was 19. So I learned so much from her. And Ann Wigmore came to Sweden in 1976 the first time to lecture. Oh my gosh, this was totally different. You can be vegan and you might not get the health you're looking for. And then you look into sprouts and living food that she was talking about. Well, that just started a whole new life for me, and I knew I one day wanted to be and work with her. So 1981 I came over, and 83 I actually joined the staff, and 78 Ann Wigmore and my husband now, Brian Clement, since 30 years, he came with her to open be the opening act of a restaurant in Stockholm that still is there as a vegan restaurant. And I came in at the end of their conference, and I thought, well, at least I have a few hours here. And so I heard them talk, and first time I met Brian, and right before he left, he said, you know, one day you will marry somebody like me. So, little do we know how life's journeys goes. So, you know, yeah, it's been amazing. And we were in Boston, you know, the Institute started off in Boston, and then we moved it down here to West Palm Beach, Florida. And it's been amazing because we have 50 acres. We can walk all over the place. We can build more. We have pools all over, saunas, and you know, it's a different deal when you're in a 6th-floor building in Boston. We love Boston, but you can be outdoors much more here. So
yes, and that's very beautiful.
Yeah, that helped a lot. So
yeah, very good. And of course, the weather's just so conducive to healing and burning up anything that's not supposed to be in the body, right?
Who doesn't want to come to Florida and heal?
I think I'm going to come every 6 months at least.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So tell us about how does the plant-based nutritional value in food empower women and our children and our youth and our men?
Yeah, and you know, we have the name Hippocrates, and that's not a coincidence. The Hippocrates taught us about the importance of diet, exercise, and lifestyle to prevent disease. So all life comes from the sun, and it's captured on the leaves of plants. So when we consume plant foods, it provokes consciousness and compassion. So Western diet, the normal, like I was brought up to on my first 15 years, with their death and dying, food drains one's awareness and makes them easy to manipulate. You know, we're all addicts, so if we can be served food that makes us more addicts, we're going to be easy to manipulate. And, you know, we have a herd mentality, and that exists because of our deadening senses that common cuisine, like food, creates. And organic living plant-based foods is our natural diet. So we have scientifically validated this over 60 years here at the Institute. So you know, that's what we see every day, and we do it scientifically with blood tests before. When people come in for 3 weeks, we have a 21-day program. So the blood test is taken at the first Monday and then the last week before they leave, and people can see the magic. You know, it's amazing how much less inflammation and stress there is on their system, and how much better they are absorbing nutrients. So
this is great.
Hello,
you
Luz.
mentioned something. Yes, you mentioned something about inflammation. Will you talk a little bit? I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there with turmeric and curcumin and etc. Can you address a little bit about that? About how, I mean, at the Institute we eat raw, fresh turmeric, which is amazing. I love the taste of it. Can you address a little bit of the value of that?
Well, I mean, we have so many things. First of all, we drink plenty of water. And, you know, the fluid intake we need in a day is about ½ an ounce per pound you weigh. So let's say you weigh 160 pounds. You need at least 2.5 quarts of fluid, a quart that we drink a day, like 16 ounces twice a day, is our juice, green juice, where we put 50% of that is sprouts with sunflower and pea sprouts, and then it's celery, cucumber, and lots of leafy greens. And this time of the year, you're going to find it all over the world, a lot of leafy greens that you get used to it and you continue, like dandelions and kale and parsley and collard greens, anything you can find, and it will keep you in such a good shape. So yeah, turmeric, curcumin we use as an anti-inflammatory. We use a lot of algae to help in our whole blood count and to get our immune system in a better shape. So we use freshwater lake algae and ocean seaweeds, and this has been amazing. So garlic, of course, I love. It's my favorite anti-inflammatory, and ginger, turmeric, and so many other things that we could talk about forever about anti-inflammatory. But the whole life food diet is anti-inflammatory if you exclude fruit. Because fruit, the sugar in fructose, that just feeds problems and even inflammation. So we're very, very careful with fruits.
Beautiful. Thank you. So let's talk about mothers, young mothers that have, babies, or mothers that are pregnant, or mothers that will eventually be pregnant, like our young girls with, in high school and elementary school and so forth. Tell us how did you survive with 4 children, eating them, feeding them living food? I mean, there's a lot of controversial with raw food, cooked food, babies, a lot of misconception out there. Share with us how you manage and your success of rearing 4 children, and now they're rearing their children. Tell us about that.
So, I was lucky, and this is what we all have to find. We have to find a partner that is on the same wavelength, right? And because you have to agree about the lifestyle and the diet you are going to feed yourself and your children. So, children, if they're brought up this way, they are going to follow your footsteps. I mean, our daughters that have babies, they're very, very strict about organic, gluten-free, of course, totally vegan, making juices, and they're totally following. And, it's the first thing we would do with a newborn, of course, is the nursing. And our daughters have been nursing. And breastfed babies is, it's totally an immune booster for them. The mother's milk has antibodies for them. So you keep them so healthy. And a lot of kids are fed formulas that really is outrageous. Most of them is, not enough to feed a child at all. I don't think any animal out there would feed their little offsprings formulas. They probably look at us, are you kidding? So, so that's for their immune system. So I also, of course, studied anatomy, and, as a mother is nursing, it regulates my hormones too, and all the weight I gained during my pregnancy, it just melts away. And as parents, if you live in a committed way and remain conscious as they're growing up with you, they will. It will be natural for them to live with that same integrity. So they'll pick it up from you, just like I picked it up from my parents. And I thank my parents every day for what they gave me, so that I can keep giving the same to other people and my children.
So you didn't do anything in particular to avoid the seduction of formulas? I mean, I guess when you were having children, when I was having children, formulas were not that as popular as they are today. How did you stay away from that for yourself and your children?
Nursing. It's just my thing is I'll nurse as long as there's a drop of milk. And you know, our last one, who's 17 now, I nursed him for 3 years and 3 months. Then he looked up to me one day. He tried to nurse, and he said, "There's no more milk." I said, "Well, you drank it all." Then he was fine. He was ready for it. And every child starts getting teeth at different age. And I think we have to really follow that, because you cannot digest solid food until you have your teeth. So, you know, it's you're on to liquids, and there's nothing better than mother's milk. And of course, we need to change the maternity leave so that mothers can nurse. And because that is usually the factor that makes most women, let's say that they do have 3 months, most of it unpaid, they might nurse for 3 months and then that's over with. And that's what I hear from so many mothers, you know, and it's very unfortunate because that is far too little.
Yeah, definitely. Beautiful. So thank you. So tell us, why is it important for us to understand the inner makings of our body?
This is the best. So your body?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, anatomy, physiology, working with people and learning from every person that I met during 40 years, you cannot miss out how amazing, impeccable your immune system is and how willing it is to change. Your body is made of 100 trillion cells that, you know, they are created by light and frequency that manifest protein. So it's constantly dying and regrowing, and someday in the near future we will discover a method to prevent it from even dying. Some parts of your body takes years to redevelop, and other parts, like the stomach lining, you know, in 5 days you have new stomach lining every 5 days. The liver takes days to weeks to be recreated. So the electric moves through your nervous system from the brain downward and nerves upward. And all thoughts, feelings, emotions, connections, etc. actually are electrical stimuli that is interpreted by our minds. So yeah, we're getting into a whole new thinking of how our bodies work, what makes it tick, the nourishment, the exercise, the thoughts, and of course sleeping and the healing we do during sleep, and the electric. Our food needs to be electric, you know. If I eat cooked food, there is no electricity, and we are electric. It is very important to get frequency. At the Institute, we use many ways to put that frequency back and to balance and regulate through, of course, diet uses, but also many electromagnetic machines that uses frequency. And it's just that your body is really waiting for it. You know, the electromagnetic field of the earth. We build houses, we pave our roads, we destroy the electromagnetic field. So we got to do our best. That's why you feel so good when you walk on grass. You know, you feel.
Yeah, I was walking back there yesterday with no shoes on. It felt so good.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful. Super. Okay, so you elaborate. I'd like for you to elaborate on something that I read in your book about the hippocampus. Regarding feelings and emotions. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how it's best for us to understand that particular function of our body and how we can serve it to be healthier human beings?
So hippocampus, you know, that's the learning center in your brain, and it's not what we've been taught in biology. It is the figurative cherry picker, so to say, that harvest knowledge, wisdom, and information from the atmosphere outside of your head. So all consciousness is omnipresent and not created by our efforts, but is universally available once we are willing to let go, make space for information in our hippocampus so that provoking thoughts give us knowledge. So, you know, it's very, very interesting. And,
yeah, and very, very important, because most of us, you know, unless we went to massage school, or you're a doctor or you're a physician or whatever, you don't really learn about anatomy. You know, they don't teach you that much in school about anatomy. And, you know, we are born and we die without really understanding the inner makings of the body.
Right.
And we don't even understand why it's important for us to know how it works and how we can better serve it, right?
Yeah. It would be a different world if we all would learn that, let's say in kindergarten.
Yes. That would be the best place to start.
Yeah. Yeah, we spend a lot of time in schools today on things that we probably never will use, where, you know, things that we always will use, always respect each other, and, you know, just be human and help each other. You know, it's if you have neighbors that you love that helps out, and you automatically you will do the same. And I think we need to learn this much earlier. And it's faulty in school. It's more, you know, I got to do the best on the test, and if you're not testing perfect, then you might as well forget about it. And it's so many talented people that never were that way, that could just get into studying because they were so smart themselves. They didn't even need it. But, you know, we kind of look at studies as so very, very important. It's got to come through a different way, and it's got to be humanized. All our schools too, all our hospitality, all our hospitals has to totally be changed too, because we have to work on body and mind at the same time. You know, we can't separate it, and that's unfortunate. It's been done a long time. What we do at the Institute, we work any which way we can, and a lot of psychology is used to help people be committed and conscious about what they want to do with their life. I think it's a wake-up call for most people.
Yeah, it's too bad that we don't wake up until we're hit on the head, right?
Yeah, that's usually when that's being human. Because we haven't been taught to, well, we haven't been taught to wake up until it's totally disaster. And the same with our environment. I mean, our environment is collapsing now. This whole conference that we have now, for the next 10 days, is all about how we can help each other and help the environment. And here are scientists that are not afraid of economic or political issues. They're just really great people that will speak up from their heart.
Yeah, amazing people. I'm so excited to be here. Well, you know, I appreciate what you just said, and you and I have not talked about this before, but in my little book, my stunning little book, I call it Stunning Little Book, is from my point of view. I've been working on this for over a year, and Brian knows about this. Oh My Body, The Undiscovered Miracles of Our Lives. I really feel that we just don't know what's inside, and I really invite people to put on the binoculars and just go within. Just go in there and see what you see and discover, because everything we know is everything somebody told us. And a lot of us, like you said, you've been very lucky because you had amazing parents that were great models for you. Some of us don't have great models as parents. And sometimes it takes a long time for us to develop our own point of view about life. So my prayer is that this book, I just had a thought that maybe this book, we want to offer it at HHI as part of their curriculum when they come in, so they begin to understand their bodies. And the stories are really beautiful. I mean, 11 systems, you know, we probably have more systems we don't know yet, but I know we have 11 or 12. And the stories told by the friends of the systems, you know, 11 amazing animals, you know, hummingbird, an amazing little bird, intelligent as can be, which is our brain, right? Without our nervous system, the rest of the system don't work very well. So, you know, it's just a matter of understanding what it is that we can do with our bodies and pay attention, because doesn't the body talk to us consistently in the positive or the negative? It's just letting us know what are the actions for us to take, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, and you know, absolutely, and we kind of have numbed those senses too through our lifestyle, but you know, well, and first look closely and you will find God, and inside of you, you know, like you say too, the origins of all existence, that's who you are. Endless potential, continual strength, and perpetual consciousness creates an effortless life based upon contribution, what you contribute. So allow your heart to guide you and listen closely to what it says. And you know, that's the bottom line. It's very simple. It's very, very simple.
Yes,
and,
it is.
You
and
know,
very beautiful.
I brought this book, The Power of a Woman, together with my dear friend Catherine Howell, and she's been amazing in this journey too. So I give her a big salute for everything that she helped with this book. And you know, she comes from very much the part of the book that has to do with the history of women and how much Greek women and women from all cultures have been leaders, and you know, and Native American women have been leaders, and it's just every culture, wherever you look. And so it's nothing new. I think that we need to realize that we have this in us, and for some reason, a lot of times we're told to stay a step back, and we should stay side by side. That's how things work.
Yeah, they definitely do. When you can stay by side, it definitely works better than being alone, right?
Yes, absolutely. So,
well, Ana Maria, go ahead.
And women need to support women. You know, a lot of times because we have so much insecurity and jealousy, it's we might not support other women that are in leadership, and we have to support each other. It's very important.
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't matter the age or the race.
No.
Nothing matters. Anybody can support anybody, the young or the old. It doesn't matter. Don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. That should not even be a problem. I mean, that shouldn't even be a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. Well, for those of you who are interested in learning more about the power of woman, you can go to HHI, or you can go to LuzDeliaGerber.com, my website, because I'll be offering her book on our site, and other HHI books amazing books that you just read them and just discover immediately something comes up for you. So, Ana Maria, we're going to start questions because people are itching to ask you questions. So the first one is somebody who wants to ask a live question, and Natalie's going to manage this because she's at the campus right now. So Myrna Selena has a question, and Myrna, you're on. Myrna?
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, just give her a minute because Natalie has to unmute her.
Okay.
If not, we'll ask her to go ahead and email it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ask the next question because we just have a few precious moments here to complete this. I'm going to go to the second one. And Myrna, if you would like to email us the question, I'll be more than happy to read it for you. Or if you want to raise your hand again, we'll try to do this again. All right, so here's another question. This is from Melina Hilke, and she says, I have a 6-week-old baby, and I am not able to lactate due to a previous surgery. What would you recommend for feeding as to avoid traditional formulas, which constipate my baby?
Yeah, hi Myrna. This is the deal, and because most of the things that are out that you can buy in a store is not good enough. So I would go for raw goat's milk. And raw goat's milk, you're going to have to find probably from somebody who has goats. And, if you look in town, you probably will find people that can sell you raw goat's milk. And that is the closest to mother's milk, because you sure don't want a cow's milk. And it's very important that the baby gets very much nourishment. And so formulas mainly are made of soy and just dead products. And it's the only time that we use any animal food for that matter. So the first 2 years we used raw goat's milk. So I hope this helps you. And, your baby definitely needs milk. It's got to be milk. And I know that a lot of people are feeding their children formulas, and you're not really doing them a good favor.
Thank you, Anna Maria, for that. Ann Whitmore she used to work a lot with children and animals. She was a lover of animals. And one of the things that I learned from her, and we applied it with my grandson, and he's 2.5 now, we gave him almond milk, germinated almond milk. We soaked them and germinated them and then blended them and then strained them with sesame seeds.
Yeah.
What's your point of view about that?
Well, that's not for a newborn, but that's great for your grandson now after he's been weaned off the mother's milk or raw goat's milk. That's excellent. And we make that at the Institute even for adults who need some extra energy and calories. And you got to strain it, of course. You got to strain it. Yeah.
But not for a newborn.
No, that's not for a newborn. No.
Okay. So the goat's milk would be the first choice.
Yeah, and the newborn can't digest the almond milk, or nut milk in any form.
Very good. And what about lactating? My daughter told me that there are banks, people that have excess milk, they donate it to these banks, and you can get milk from them and then feed. Is it appropriate or is it healthy for a child to take
Absolutely. Yes, if you can find a milk bank, go ahead. That is great.
Okay.
Yeah. There's later on sprouted oats. You can do milk out of oats if you soak them and sprout them. And the mother can even drink that and have more milk.
There you go, Melina. Let's pray that this gives you some options for taking care of that precious baby. Okay, here's another question. And this one is from Karen Conrad. Excuse if I didn't pronounce it correctly. If you do not eat fruits, do you get enough vitamins? Thank you for your time and your information. Karen from Mexico.
All right, Karen, yes, oh, absolutely. We eat sprouts. They're loaded with vitamin C and vitamins, and all our greens have loads of vitamins. We even drink wheatgrass. If you ever tried wheatgrass juice, that is so rich in the vitamin C. And, you know, fruit is high in sugar. And as we're all sugar addicts, and we definitely have a problem with diabetes, obesity, sugar feeds all kinds of problems, from cancer to any infection, virus, bacteria, parasites, fungus, mold, you name it. So we definitely can get enough vitamins from our greens and sprouts.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. You were going to say something else?
Yeah, Karen, there's going to be a new book coming out called Sweet Disease, and it's my husband just is writing it now, so in future you can actually read all about fruit and sugars in that book. Sweet Disease by Brian Clement.
What's the name of the book, Ana Maria?
Sweet Disease, like sweet from sugar. Yeah.
Sweet Disease. Very good. Okay, great. Okay, this one is from Tammy, and she says, my 13-year-old son has type 1 diabetes. I am hesitant, nervous to convert us to primarily raw, considering docs suggest quick sugars to correct low blood glucose, followed by proteins to stabilize VG. I don't know what VG means, but I'm sure you do. And do you have any advice to transition?
Yeah, so hi there. Of course, we work a lot with children and adults with diabetes type 1, and we can have a transition into raw, and we often have to do that, and where we, well, of course, get off all gluten. If you have diabetes type 1, it actually has been scientifically proven that you cannot come near gluten. So all the products that have gluten is a disaster for you. And algae is a great help. We use a lot of chlorella. You can buy chlorella in any health store, and you can start to give your son let's say 2 little pills of chlorella and work up, and then he can take probably 10, 15 a day. And protein would help him. Like there is protein shakes, Sun Warrior, for example, that he could take during the day to help him stabilize. And you know, green drinks helps our guest. And so if we need some cooked, let's say cooked vegetables, steamed vegetables, maybe cooked cereal to help in the beginning to get over to raw food, that will help. But you know, of course, vegan is #1. And essential fatty acid is a great help, like chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, and I mean, you can make great things with that. We have a product that we put together called Fish Nor, and that has hemp oil and flax oil and red raspberry seed oil, and so that really helps. Vitamin D is another. It's a supplement that you got to make sure it comes from a source, plant source, like usually it's like mushrooms, and he could take like 3,000, or depending on his size and age, but we do need to take that together with the essential fatty acid. Something else that he can take is cranberry seed. That has actually shown to work great with vitamin D. And, you know, so there's a lot of things. Fisnor, the vitamin D, the chlorella, and all forms of algae. I mean, we take a lot of blue-green algae and green algae. That has been great. There is a product he can buy in the store. It comes frozen. It's called E3 Live. And that is also, it's all Clement, blue-green algae, and great help to fix the insulin balance. And it depends on also, you know, how much insulin he's on, because he will see a decrease in this. So something else that I use is CoQ10 and magnesium, and which we get a lot of magnesium from our foods, but we might need to add a few drops of magnesium liquid too. And you know, there is oil of magnesium that you can take externally, and you can put it in the crevice of your arm behind the knees and on your heart, and that helps big time too. So a lot of things. I hope this helps you.
They will. I'm sure she will put them all to practice. We have a few more minutes, and we have one more question, and I want to say to Myrna Salinas that if you please send me your email, I'd be more than happy to read it for you. This one is from Mitzi from Sweden. Okay, Mitzi is having trouble in digesting raw food. She eats only vegan. I eat only vegan. Love the raw food, but it's difficult for me to digest. What should I do? Go to Hippocrates for 3 weeks. That should take care of it.
Exactly.
It did for me.
I know it doesn't. Hey, Missy. Hey, I can speak my own language. Isn't that wonderful? But I'm just. So hey, Missy, and this is something that a lot of people think also that they will have problem with. It's raw, and a lot of times we've been told, oh no, you can't digest raw food. And really, most of the time, it's the only thing we can digest really well. So sprouts is the best way to start, but we got to chew them really well. So what we do, we take enzymes before we eat, and you know, you might start with 3 capsules, go up to 5, but you might go up to 10 or so, and that helps our guests at the Institute. And then chew really well. And let's say that you start with sprouts. The sprouts that grow the longest time, like sunflower and pea sprouts and the wheatgrass, these are the easiest juices to digest. And sprouts like your sunflower, and then you have broccoli sprouts and clover sprouts, alfalfa and mung bean sprouts. And here comes one that really will help you. It's called fenugreek. And it's in Swedish, it's bockhornsklöver. But fenugreek really, really helps digestion. So you could eat more of that. That has that nice curry flavor too for you. And by the way, I want to also push, in June, we're going to be in Stockholm. We're coming to also Gymnasium, and we're going to be there on the 16th of June at 6 o'clock. So I hope to see you there. All right.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for telling us that. And send us the details so that we can promote that on our network. The last one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're going to be in 10 countries in June, and all over Europe and Scandinavia and Europe. So we'll send you the whole list.
Yeah, send us the whole list, and we'll send it out to our community. That's awesome, because I know Brian is all over the place. Okay, here's another one. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this one is from Natalie. She says, I'm 30 years young. I'm spotting and bleeding for 5 to 6 days before my period starts. The doctor says I have a scar on my cervix as a result of cryosurgery I had at the age of 21, and it's bleeding. He suggests to have cryosurgery again. So I did, although it didn't help. Can I treat this issue with wheatgrass juice implants? If yes, how often? Do I mix wheatgrass juice with water, or what else do you recommend?
Great question. So listen, you can do douche, and you do it every other day, not daily, okay? Every other day, and we mix half water, or if you prefer, aloe vera juice, and half wheatgrass juice. And, you know, this could be definitely a hormonal problem, and you might want to find somebody who is an expert in bioidentical hormones and check all your hormones with them Because a lot of times when you check the hormones with your doctor, and if they're not really educated about that, they might not find the problem that somebody else could help you with. And our doctor, that Dr. Tina, that works with the Hippocrates, she's amazing, and she could really help you with this. And yes, the raw food diet would be helpful. I mean, I just sat with a woman today that has had similar problem, and it's finally is in order now. It's finally regulated, and so this is going to be really good. You get so much nourishment, and plus you're probably going anemic from all this bleeding. It's not good for you in any way, and it takes a lot of energy out of you too, emotionally. So try to find either, if you're coming to the Institute, we can help you. Otherwise, try to find out where there is somebody who's really good at bioidentical hormones. So the douche is every other day, and you can mix water with wheatgrass or aloe with wheatgrass. Good luck to you.
Awesome. Ana Maria, thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are writing questions, keep sending them in. We will take them, send them to Ana Maria. Give us a couple of weeks. She'll answer them. We'll get them posted. We'll send you the 3 chapters of my book. For those of you who have not received it, let us know. We'll send you the link so you can go on and get your HHI magazine. It's an amazing magazine that comes out every 2 months or so, and the information is outstanding. Ana Maria, thank you so much for taking your precious time, for being on this call, for loving me and loving the people of the world by sharing your information and your knowledge. And I look forward to having you again. Anybody who wants to listen to Ana Maria again, let me know. Anything specific that you want her to focus for the whole hour on XYZ, let us know. Any comments that you have about Brian Clement, I know some of you have been saying you want him to talk about XYZ. Let us know, because we are here to take care of answering the questions that you have so that you can be healthier and continue your healing journey. So let us know what you require so that we can provide it for you. There'll be 30 doctors here. Please listen to them. Please come, please listen to it, because there may be something there that could be make a huge difference in your life, in your healing, or somebody that you know. I love you. Thank you so much for coming to this call. Keep coming, and let us know what you require so that we can serve you. Love you much. Namaste. Ana Maria, thank you so much. I so love you and appreciate you.
Thank you, Luz, so much. And, you know, I hope you all look into the Real Truth About Health conference and, you know, check out what we're talking about. And you know, many of you are listening, are trying to find a new way to enrich and heal your life, right? And many of you are misled by authorities, so-called authorities, who tell you to follow their advice. And what I have learned over my 40 years is working with people in Europe and here at Hippocrates is that, you know, we have to support people in finding themselves and following their dreams. So this is what a lot of the conference is about too. And so we're all self-healers. We're all prophets of our own destiny. And your only obstacle is fear of self, right? So allow yourself to be filled with passion and commitment to fulfillment. So have a nice evening, and we'll hopefully see you at the conference in Orlando, or you'll be a part of us here on the computer and the internet. And 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we start tomorrow.
Beautiful. God bless you.
I
love you guys. I love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.